start today's topic, that is we'll be continuing with IoT communication API. Okay, so last class we have dealt one API. Which was that? Yes, which was that API? Yesterday which we dealt?
REST.
It was REST API, that is representational state transfer protocol it was. Okay, API. Then today we will deal with WebSocket. REST was connection less. Okay, today we will see WebSocket where first connection, every time we need not set up connection. Once connection is set up, we will transfer the all the message. So you are able to see the PPT, right? PPT is visible? Yes or no? Can you see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is your unit 1 session 8. Okay. So in yesterday we saw REST API. Today we will see WebSocket based communication API. So this only one topic you will be studying in this class, that is WebSocket based communication API. So this was about IoT communication API which we saw yesterday. Okay, that is the application program. API stands for application programming interface. Okay, and it helps in the interaction between the IoT device. For the communication between IoT device, we need this API. And yesterday we saw REST based communication API. Today we'll see WebSocket based communication API. So what is the differences? It allows, okay. Now this, what is this? Wow, 1 second. Okay, so this WebSocket communication API helps in what? That is, it helps in bi-directional full duplex communication between clients and server. That is, bi-directional means both side, both sender and receiver can send the message. Full duplex means simultaneously. So WebSocket API, remember, it allows bi-directional full duplex communication. This we had seen somewhere else also, right? Where we had seen bi-directional full duplex. Yes, where we had seen. Yes, in connection oriented communication, always it will be bi-directional full duplex communication. That is, in some communication model also we saw 4 communication model was there where we used bi-directional full duplex communication. Can you recollect? We saw in exclusive pair, right? In exclusive pair also we used bi-directional full duplex communication. Okay, so here only it is. You're able to see the PPT, no? Yes or no? PPT is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. WebSocket API follows exclusive pair communication model. Okay, it allows full duplex communication and doesn't require new connection to set up for each message. Actually, once we have to set up, okay, once the communication, that is once the connection has to be set up between client and server. After first time connection, you need not again and again set up for each message. Maybe you're sending a big message, you're fragmenting, cutting it and sending again and again. So every time you need not set up the connection, only once. Once the connection is set up, it is like landline. Okay, every time you want to speak, will you dial? No, no. Once someone you'll dial, okay, the other party receiver will receive the phone, and once it is done, what will happen? You will go on this, what is it? You'll go on speaking again and again. You'll not tell hello, how are you, or hello Kavya, you will tell, and then keep the phone again, you will dial. No, right? So that's what it allows, full duplex communication, and do not require new connection to be set up for each message to be sent. Okay, And one more thing, WebSocket as it follows exclusive pair communication model. So because of that, before you send any message, you have to set up a connection. Okay. So and who has to send the connection request? Connection request is sent by client. Okay. So just remember, it allows bidirectional full duplex communication, follows exclusive pair. Okay. And one time we have to set up the connection. Okay. And who will request that? Client will request to the server. After that, you need not set up again and again. And that's what is given. Next, the request called WebSocket handshake is again, it uses to be used as this web service. Okay, in REST also, to use it REST as a web service, we used HTTP for request. Here also we use HTTP for the request. Okay, the request called WebSocket hand. The request is known as WebSocket handshake. Okay, why it is called handshake? Can you tell? Yes, in normal request, what will happen? Client will send the request, server can send the response, but it need not acknowledgement. Okay, maybe connection close, something, anything it will ask, it has to acknowledge. So that is known as handshake. Okay, and is sent through HTTP, and server interpret it in a upgrade request, and then again server will respond again a WebSocket handshake response. Okay, after the connection setup, client and server can send any amount of message, in both can send and receive in full duplex mode, and this is very most suitable in IoT communication API. Okay, so here is the diagram. Okay, so this is communication between WebSocket. Okay, heading is wrong here, this figure name is wrong. It's not REST API, it is WebSocket API. Okay, this is how a WebSocket API will happen. What is the difference between this and REST? In REST, okay, so connection was not set up. Here, can you see? First, see, there is a client server as usual. Okay, so when this first time it has to send the message, it has to set up the connection. So request to set up WebSocket connection, then server will respond. Okay, it has to acknowledge. Okay, okay. See, if for example, okay, I'll tell tomorrow class is at 10. So some people will acknowledge, right? Okay, ma'am. Okay, so same thing, server will in this case, some people will not acknowledge also, maybe they have received it, yes or no, but in WebSocket it will acknowledge. So it is called handshake, and it is called initial handshake over hypertext transfer protocol. So first my request is for setting up the connection, then it will respond, then you can send any amount of messages. So this also can send, client also. Here it is bidirectional full duplex. In client server, what is there? Okay, in REST, what was there? Only client would request, server would respond. Here WebSocket, both can request, both can respond. Okay, so they are telling it is bidirectional communication, but over persistent, not temporary, or a persistent WebSocket connection. And all, after exchanging all the data, you can close the connection. Again, who will request for close? Client will tell, I'm done with the communication. So it will tell close the this, what is it, close, it will send the close request, and then you will get a close request response. And the very important thing is it reduces network traffic and latency. Can you tell why WebSocket API reduces network traffic and latency? In REST, what will happen? Every time I have to send a message to a server, this server or any other server, client has to tell address of the server. Here we need not tell. Once connection is set up, just send the data. No need of sending the address. But if REST is there, you have to send first address, then followed by data. Here only time will go in setting up the connection. Then any amount of data, send it without the address. So this WebSocket API reduces network traffic and latency. there is no, and also maybe you will tell there is overhead of connection, but in WebSocket it doesn't take much time to set up connection or to terminate the connection. So that is the advantage. It reduces network traffic and latency and no overhead of connection setup and termination. So this was the topic for the day. Okay. So let's see how well you have understood. You can answer these questions. Okay. WebSocket API allows dash communication between client and servers. Can you tell?
Bidirectional.
Yes, bidirectional. Then WebSocket API follows dash communication model, which it will use?
Exclusive pair.
Exclusive pair
Exclusive
communication model.
Yeah. WebSocket API reduces the dash and dash.
Network traffic and latency.
Network traffic and latency. Next, WebSocket communication begins with connection setup request sent by whom? Who will send?
Client to server.
Yes, it is from client. So that was for the day. Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
We'll see which are the important questions on this. Some of the important questions on this. We'll just go through. Any first chapter now? Any questions can you see on this topic?
Describe an example of IoT services.
Yeah, here it is there. Okay. One is explain IoT communication APIs are there. Okay. This is one question. And also describe this IoT service that uses WebSocket communication. So two questions are there. So any doubts on this topic? So we have completed communication, IoT communication API. Two are there, REST and WebSocket. REST is bit bigger. It has constraints you have to write, and also how to use it as web service using HTTP. All is there. Only difference between REST and WebSocket is REST is uses request response. So all related to that you can tell. And whereas WebSocket uses this, what is that? Exclusive pair. Yes. Any other doubts? Yes. Shall I end the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.